Hello here, Tom here from Boss Dog Coin Rings, and today we're going to make a quarter coin ring out of a Pennsylvania state quarter, Now the customer wants an antique finish, and she also wants a narrow band, a thin band. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a 1/2 inch punch, and we're going to punch a 1/2 inch hole. We're going to punch a 1/2 inch hole through this coin. So let's get started here. Got my punch hole here. I got my Harbor Freight die. Put this in here like this here. Clicks down there. And we're going to punch a hole in this thing here. Punch a hole in it. Okay. Okay, we have our hole. And there it is. We got a 1/2 inch hole punch through the center of this Pennsylvania state quarter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the edges a little bit here. We don't want to split this. When I start folding this coin into the shape of a ring, I don't want it to split, so I'm going to use a deburring tool, and I'm going to take off any burrs along the edge of that hole. So when I start folding this into the shape of a ring, it doesn't split on me. Now, I'm not too concerned about a quarter. If you were to ruin a quarter, it's only a quarter. But if you're doing like a silver ring or a Morgan silver dollar, you really have to pay attention here. You don't want to split anything. So I'm just going to remove some of them sharp edges. And there we go. Okay, the initial fold here, I'm going to use a stabilizing die for the initial fold. We're going to actually I'm going to put the Pennsylvania side down. That means it'll be on the outside of the ring. So we'll put that down. This is a reduction die. Put that in here. And we're going to put that like this here, and we're going to do our initial fold. Initial fold right here like this here. Now the initial fold, it gives me an opportunity to take a look at the inside here and see if there's any splits forming or any cracks forming. If there is, I got to take them out. But just to be sure, I'm going to use a piece of 330 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to sand the inside of that just a little bit to take any rough edges or any irregularities out of there before I start the fold and put it on the ring stretcher. We don't want to take a chance of splitting this ring. So. Okay, I'm looking pretty good here. Okay. Now let's take a look here underneath the light. Okay. I see one little blemish in there. I'm going to get that out of there. Like I said, I don't want to take any chances of splitting this ring, so. Okay, we'll continue the fold, putting in this reducing die. Making sure it's nice and straight in there and level. And we'll fold it right on down to the shape of a ring. Okay. Now we've folded the coin into like a ring shape. Now it's starting to look like a ring. And I've got it folded right up against that folding cone. So we don't have to do it. The folding process is done. Now we're going to take it to the ring stretcher and we're going to start to shape it. Customer wants a size 8.5. So we're going to make a size 8.5 here. Sanding it down just one more time just to check before I take it to the stretcher. Okay. Now we're going to heat it up a little bit. We're going to do what they call annealing it. We're going to anneal it, which is going to soften the metal up a little bit, make it more pliable and work so I can take and actually shape it into a ring and put it on the stretcher. So we'll do this here. We're going to go. I'm going to heat this up. We're going to heat this up to a dull red. I like a dull to cherry red. Now with silver, you have to be particularly careful. You don't want to melt your silver. Whenever you see a green flame coming off the end of that coin, that means it's melting. But with copper, this has got a lot of copper in it. You really don't have to pay that much attention to whether you're going to melt it or not. So I'm just going to heat it up until it gets a nice cherry red. And that'll probably be the last time I have to heat this ring up. All right, it's getting nice and cherry red here. After I heat this up to a nice cherry red, I'm going to take it over, I'm going to quench it. I'm going to put it into some water and cool it off. That softens it up so I can work with it a little bit more. So take it over and quench it. And if you listen you'll be able to hear the quench. There's the quench. See there? Okay, it's quenched. We quenched it. Okay. Right now it's sitting at a size 5. We want an 8.5. So I'm going to take it to like a size 9.5. We're going to put it on the stretcher and stretch it to a 9.5. So I'm going to use a little piece of plastic here to put over my ring stretcher before I put the coin ring on here, so it doesn't ruin any of the detail on the inside of the ring. So we'll put this over the top of the stretcher, put the coin on there, and we'll start stretching it. Turning it, every time I push the handle, I'm going to turn the coin a quarter of a turn or an eighth of a turn every time. It makes it even. That way it makes it even. Okay. Now we're going to check to see if we have any splits showing up. If you see anything that looks like it might crack or split, now's the time. We sand down those edges a little bit. Make sure it looks nice and pretty. Okay. It's looking good. It's at a... Right now we don't have to stretch it anymore. We've got it at a 10.5. We want to do an 8.5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start reducing it. Look, it's looking like a ring now. It's actually looking like a ring. So we're gonna shape it now. We're gonna shape it. We're gonna take the big edge here and we're gonna press it down a little bit, and we're gonna actually try to get to the correct ring size right now. Put a reducer over here. put the reeded side down and I reduce it, and then I'm going to turn it over and reduce it on the other side exactly the same way. So we get a real nice ring. Now look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. That looks like a ring. It actually looks like a ring now. So we have the shape. Okay, we have the shape we want. And now we're looking for an 8.5, and it's sitting right on a 9. So we want to go down, we want to get to like a size 8. So we're going to take it down just a little bit more. Okay. Sitting right at like it's sitting right like an 8.25. So now what I'm going to do is I got the shape. I've got the ring shape. I've got the ring sized. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the inside of this right here. Right on the reeded side here, I'm going to take that out with a deburring tool here like this. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to take that out of there like that there. I'm going to make a nice smooth surface in there. I'm taking that ridge out of there, so when you put it on, it's a nice comfortable fit, and it just slides right on your finger. It's real nice comfortable. Right now it's got a little edge on there. I'm going to take that edge off. I'm going to sand down this cut edge and start to make it really look pretty. So I'm going to take care of all that off camera, and I'll get back to you. I'll get right back to you after the next step. Okay, I'm back. Okay, well, all I've done is I've taken the ridge off the inside of here and smoothed it out really pretty. And I've sanded down the cut edge, taken out all the scratches and rounded the edges so it looks real pretty. These copper rings really look nice. Especially when I took the inside of that ridge out right there, a little ridge there. And as you can see now it's got a nice little, look how nice that is on the inside of there. So now it just slides right over your finger, nice and easy. And I've polished up the cut edge. I polished that cut edge up real nice so it shines. Okay, it's sized. I've got everything deburring inside, so it's a real nice, comfortable fit. It just slides on there now. Now the next step is we're just going to finish it. We're going to make it look pretty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of 4/0 steel wool, and I'm going to go on the inside of it and take off that fire scale on the inside of the ring. And so when I take out the fire scale on the inside of the ring, it'll bring the detail out. It'll really make that detail pop. So I'm going to get in here with steel wool, and I'm going to go all the way around the inside of the ring and get all that fire scale off. And when I do that, you'll have a dark antique background, and the steel wool is knocking off the high parts, so all the detail really pops out. It'll really pop. So that's what I'm doing right now. Go through there. I'm going to really take off, use this steel wool to really take off that detail there. I'm taking off that fire scale. Oh yeah. So all that detail really starts popping. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see that. It says United States of America. It's kind of hard to see here. Anyway, United States of America. Anyway, it really looks nice. You can actually see all the detail inside of the coin ring. Anyway, so So it really looks nice here. I can read all the detail in there. United States of America, $quarter. I'm really going to get all that fire scale off right down to... Okay, so now we're going to do the outside of it. I'm going to take the steel wool, the same thing with the steel wool. I'm going to run it over the outside of the ring, take off that fire scale. Okay, get a lot of that off. I've got a sanding block here. And I'm going to use the one part of it that says remove ridges. And what I'm going to do is, like right now, where it says Pennsylvania, you can't read that right now, Pennsylvania. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take this sanding block and I'm going to run it right over the edge of that. I'm going to take off all the high spots all the way around the ring. As I take off all the high spots, it leaves the fire scale, or what you might want to call the antique finish. You can call it antique finish in the background. And it highlights all the raised portions of the coin. And really brings out a lot of the detail. It really makes it pop. I'm going to show you just a second here. It really makes it pop. Now I can start to see Pennsylvania's coming through. Yep. If you're buying a state quarter ring, you want to see what state it is. So we'll make sure Pennsylvania really pops out. Pennsylvania 1787 it's saying, okay. Okay, now take a look at it and see what it says here. Now you can see it. Pennsylvania. All the way around it. Look how nice that looks. It's nice and polished, okay. Now I've got that done. It really pops, that Pennsylvania. Boy, I like this Pennsylvania state. It really pops. Get some more of that fire scale off there. It looks like it's got a real nice antique finish to it now. Okay, now, next step, or one of my final steps, is I'm going to polish it. I'm going to take a jewelry cloth. You get these at Walmart, jewelry wipes. And now I'm going to polish it. We're really going to make it shine. Take one of these jewelry cloths. I'm going to do it inside and outside. I'm going to polish the cut edge. Polish the cut edge really good with it. Turn it over. I'm going to polish the reeded side really good. I'm going to do the inside of, boy, this copper really looks nice when you polish it. These rings are absolutely gorgeous. When you get a ring from me, I'm not giving you a 10-minute $10 coin ring. I'm giving you something real nice. I put a lot of time into my coin rings. When you get a coin ring from Boss Dog, you get a nice piece of jewelry. I wouldn't send out anything that I wouldn't wear myself. So I take that extra time to really give you a nice piece of jewelry, a nice shiny piece of jewelry, something that you can show off and be proud of. So I'm going to give this one more time, and I'm going to take a look at it. When this is done, I'm going to post some pictures of it in my Etsy shop so you can see it. But it's really turned out nice. I hope this customer is really happy in Pennsylvania. But anyway, I'll let you take a look at it in just a second here. I got that all on there like this here. Now I've actually got a polishing cloth. Final detail. I put it on the polishing cloth. We're really gonna shine it up now. Polishing cloth here. Switch sides. The white side's got the polish on it. The pink side is what you use to actually do the polishing. The final step here. So this is really a nice looking ring. Okay. That's it. It's ready to ship. I'm going to show you the final product right now. How nice and shiny it looks. And there it is. Absolutely gorgeous ring. Nice and shiny. Look how shiny that piece of jewelry is. Pennsylvania. Someone's going to be very happy. Someone's going to be very happy with that ring. Okay, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. I'll leave a link below to my Etsy shop if you'd like to order a ring like this, any state. I make them polished and I make them with antique finishes on them. And also hit the notification button for future videos. I hope you like it. And this is Boss Dog Coin Rings here today. And have a good day.